at the request of the National Security Agency, or FBI, said 3 former employees and a 4th person apprised of the events. Well, is that really any surprise? You have to wonder if any of this has any importance at all. I don't think anyone really expects anything different since the Patriot Act. I don't. I mean, when the government cares about what books you read, what you're checking out at the library, that's when you should worry. And that's already been done. Besides, everybody knows how to help your friend buy a car. You go along with them, point out the flaws, try to talk them out of it, all the while getting the owner to lower the price. Verizon. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Verizon here, discussing or, hitting at the idea of buying Yahoo, and then conveniently, and this happened this happened a few years ago that Yahoo wrote this program to search all the emails, for specific terms or a character set, as they say. So yeah, conveniently, former employees released this information that this happened at Yahoo. Well, Yahoo says, hey, their response, we followed the laws of the United States. I mean, what can you do? You know what happens when you go against the government here? But pay attention, kids. This is how corporate America works. They don't teach you this in public education. They teach you only what they want you to know, so you can be a good drone. And I try not to get too political. I mean, it's a little difficult not to, but my only political view of this entire screw up of an election is that they're both idiots, and neither of them are good candidates. I wouldn't have either of them to be a candidate to babysit my pet guinea pig, little buddy, who's over there munching on a carrot. But I tell you, this election, I honestly don't know if all elections have been this juvenile in the past, or I just wasn't paying attention. Foremost, like I said, both are idiots. Both candidates are idiots. Narcissistic control freaks who have no business even pretending to run for this office. On one hand, you have a guy who, and this is funny, I look up the net worth of Trump and find an article in which Forbes places his net worth at $3.7 billion, Fortune at 3.9, and Bloomberg says $3 billion. The same article says Trump places himself at a $10+ billion net worth. I really don't care what his worth is, as here's what matters. Even if the net worth is only, and wow, do I mean only, $3 billion, why do you want to take a job that pays only, $400,000 plus a $50,000 expense account? When someone who has $3 billion thinks they don't have enough power, there is a problem. When you or I would be able to live the rest of our lives on a mere $1 million, and Hillary and Bill Clinton combined have an estimated net worth of $111 million. See, when I see this, I see what I would call the result of a mental disorder in both of them. If you live in a country that is so corrupt, or maybe even if it's not corrupt, is so blessed, that you can amass such a fortune, it is only greed that would compel you to run for this office. What else do you want? Because I got to tell you, if I had $3 billion, I'd have some power. Doesn't mean I'd abuse it. That's the problem. They've already proven that they abuse their own power. And these are the front runners. Talk to many plumbers. Go clean out the septic tank. You know what floats to the top? Exactly. But it's greed and obsession that compels them to run for the office of the presidency. The minds of these two have decided that they don't have enough power already, so they need more and more power. And what are the idiots of this country doing? They're sheep. They are sheep trying to decide which predator should kill them. They're up in arms. What do we do? Who do we put in? We got to stop Hillary. You got to stop Trump. So we'll vote for this person to stop the other. Idiots. I'm straying from my original thought here, but do I believe that Trump is just a wingman to sway voters? Like I said, to vote for Hillary just to stop him. I believe that was the original idea. These days, I have no idea what's going on. They're both just idiots. It's just idiotic to see something that was so coveted and important as the office of the president become nothing more than a high school bathroom argument. And get this, 2 of Hillary's aides are given immunity. And part of the deal is that once the FBI looks through the hard drives of these laptops, the FBI agrees to destroy the information. The laptops are going to be destroyed. Again, are you freaking kidding me? And this according to Fox News. Yeah, I don't know, but somebody let the fox in the hen house, didn't they? But I'm not a huge fan of Fox. I'm not a huge fan of any mainstream political. To be going to allow the FBI to recoup itself here. Maybe after all the negativity they've endured over the whole Hillary mess, maybe they're so adamant about catching Hillary that they're willing to make these ridiculous deals. Who knows? I mean, it's a possibility. And speaking of corruption, reading this a moment ago, Ramsey Orta, the guy that filmed the murder of Eric Garner, the guy that was selling loose cigarettes, and whose last words were, "I can't breathe." Remember that? That's not going away anytime soon. So Ramsey Orta was sentenced to 4 years in prison for possession of a gun and selling heroin to an undercover cop. Now, don't get me wrong. Heroin is something for which I agree anyone should be arrested. Selling and possession. That is some dangerous, bad stuff right there. Don't know personally, but hell, just look at the news. Just look out there. Look at your friends. It's supposed to be one of the most abused drugs. But the family, Ramsey Orta's family, says there's too little evidence, citing lack of fingerprints and DNA on the gun, etc. But so is there reason to worry? Absolutely. Another activist, Sandra Bland, poor girl, who died mysteriously in jail after being pulled over for, quote, improper lane usage. Improper lane usage. But she was also an activist. So this kind of has his family and friends worried about whether he will even leave prison alive. He stated that when he's previously found rat poison in his food when locked up before, and obviously refused to eat it. Fun fact, fluoride is the same ingredient in rat poison and Prozac. According to Dr. Bill Osmundson, there's the same equivalence of fluoride in an 8-ounce glass of fluoridated tap water as there is in a quote, pea-sized amount needed to call the Poison Control Center as recommended on the back of any fluoridated toothpaste. Now that's a little odd, and the fun facts, that's how I do things. That's how I tie it together. You know how many countries have banned fluoride from their drinking water? Might be worth checking out. You swallow a pea-sized amount of toothpaste, you got to call a Poison Control Center. Okay, so anyway, I'm St. Kirill. Check out the Socratic Method Facebook.